Welcome students, this is Aalok Guptaa, your mathematics mentor and coach. So now I'm going to bring you the topic ratio, proportion, variations and partnership, and we are going to learn all the concepts on these topics which are asked in competitive exams. So we will start, so let me give you a little bit idea about ratio and proportion. So let us say you have milk and water in a vessel in which there is 80 liters of milk and 20 liters of water, correct? So this is the actual quantity. What is total of quantity? 100 liters. So in terms of ratio, when I say what is the ratio of milk to water, by ratio we mean that we bring this into the smallest proper fraction. We bring these ratios of these two into a smallest proper fraction, which means right now it is 80:20. I will cut this, so it will become 8:2. I can further cut it, 4:1. So basically in that particular vessel, milk and water is in the ratio 4:1. And what is the total of ratio? 5. 4 plus 1, 5. Now, the total of ratio is 5 and total of actual quantity is 100. So now I can relate one ratio will be 1/5 into 100. That will be 20 liters. Correct? So once I find the ratio of 1, then I'm being able to find in a reverse way what will be 4. It will be 4 into 20. And what will be 1? It will be 1 into 20. So this is 80 liters and this is 20 liters, which actually is the case. So once you understand this concept, so by ratio we mean that the smallest proper fraction of two quantities, we can represent them in a fraction, is known as a ratio. Now there are certain more things in ratio is, what do we mean by a duplicate ratio? A duplicate ratio. For example, if I take the same example or a different example, milk and water are in the ratio 4:3, for example, then duplicate ratio will be just the square of this. So it will be 16:9. It's just a definition, a mathematical definition. What do I mean by subduplicate ratio? So subduplicate ratio means if milk and water, for example, were in proportion 36:16, so subduplicate ratio, sorry, this is the main ratio, subduplicate ratio will be square root of 36 into square root of 16. That is 6:4. Correct? What do you mean by triplicate ratio? So if milk and water are in the ratio 4:3, triplicate would be the cube. So it will be 64:27. What do you mean by subtriplicate ratio? So suppose if they are in ratio 64:27, for example, the subtriplicate ratio will be cube root of 64 and cube root of 27. So it will be 4:3. Clear? Let us understand what do you mean by compounded ratio. So by compounded ratio we mean that suppose, for example, if there are two quantities, C upon D. So A upon B is 4/3 and C upon D is, let us say, 5/7. Then I want to find the compounded ratio of these two quantities. Then what I will do, the compounded ratio is A into C upon B into D, which is 4 into 5, 20 and 3 into 7, 21. Clear? Some basic things. Let us understand, let us say, when I say A, let us understand what do we mean by proportion. When I say A, B, C, D, these four quantities are in proportion, means I'm trying to say A upon B is equals to C upon D. When I say these quantities A, B, C, D are in continuous proportion, I mean A by B is equals to B by C equals to C by D. Right? If someone says A, B, C, D, E, F are in continuous proportion, they are saying A upon B is B upon C is C upon D is D upon E equals to E upon F. That's what we mean by continuous proportion. Okay. Now let us say if A, B, C, D are in proportion. So this is known as first proportional. This is known as second proportional. This is known as third proportional, and this is known as fourth proportional. Let us say if A, B, C are in proportion, means A upon B is equals to B upon C, which means B square equals to AC. Here B is mean proportional between A and C. B is known as mean proportional between A and C. So this basic concepts you should know, and then now we can start solving the sums. Hello students, this is Aalok Guptaa, your mathematics mentor and coach at Kkhyatis EdTech. So I have brought a lot of problems around 120, 130 on ratio and proportion. Please go through it, and if you have any queries, please get in touch with me on WhatsApp or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be getting motivated and I will come with more and more such concepts in near future. Thank you so much.